TarotOracle, and it's time to discuss Tarot 101, Work and Career. Now, in the last movie, we did we did love, and now we're doing work because making money is important. So, let's talk about what good cards, what are some bad cards when we give a reading. So the person sits down, they want to know about their job, they want to know various factors looking for a job, moving jobs, people being laid off, or whatever. We need to draw some cards. What are some of the key cards that we're looking at in this particular instance? You're going to repeatedly hear me say that the Wheel of Fortune is critical. Why is that? Because the Wheel of Fortune represents day-to-day life. It represents what goes around, comes around, anything that goes in circles, anything that goes in cycles. The moon and the Wheel of Fortune are key. The Wheel of Fortune especially because you may have, let's say, a gig job to where it's a temporary job for 3 months, 6 months. You could have a job to where you go in every day. So every day you're in the wheel, you're in those cycles. So Wheel of Fortune is very, very important here. Another card set that you're going to hear me talk about quite a bit is obviously Pentacles. Pentacles talks about money. Pentacles talks about earthly ideas, earthly things. And when we're looking for money, we got, let's say, the 10 of Pentacles with everybody getting that bountiful harvest, everybody having the nice family, the nice jubilation going on. And that points to work, right? You get the Ace of Pentacles. We have the beginning of an earthly thing. The 3 of Pentacles, where somebody is working. The 8 of Pentacles, where somebody's working as well, right? And we'll talk about the differences between those here in a minute. And another thing is going to be cards with the majors, like let's say the Hermit, which could point to that you're going to be alone, you're going to be without work for a while. It could be a dry spell coming up. You could have the Devil, to where you have gossip going on at work, or you have people interviewing you that aren't serious about hiring you, things like that. So a lot of these key cards coming in. Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 2 of the biggies. So the first question that you're going to get asked all the time is, I'm looking for a job. How is it going to go? Now, on the left here, you'll see the Devil. The Devil means a lot of different things based upon the question, obviously. But when looking for a job, sometimes you'll get interviewed and the people have absolutely no intention at all of hiring you. None. Zero. But they have to interview you, and that, in my opinion, is where the Devil comes in. Because the Devil is key here for that aspect of the interview process. Some of us have had that experience, some of us have had not, but if you have, it sure sucks, because they ask you dumb questions, or they ask you impossible questions, and the Devil points to that possibility there. Another one is the 7 of Cups up here, right? Now, the 7 of Cups talks about a variety of job offers, or a variety of jobs that we can get. And that tells us, look at all of these beautiful things in the clouds, all of these opportunities that we could take. What do we want to do with these, right? Do we want to settle on the first one? Do we want to keep interviewing? We have a lot of options here. The 7 of Cups always points to a lot of different options for jobs. That could mean that if we expand out a few miles into a couple of different companies, we could have more options. We could have more opportunities. So if you're looking for a job, the 7 is good because now we have a variety of places to choose from, right? All right, and then we go down here. Speaking of 7, the 7 of Wands. There's a couple of these cards with the swords, with the wands, that you're being defensive. You're having to defend yourself. It could be the 5 of Wands, to where we're having conflict. It could be the 7 of Wands, to where we're defending ourselves. And this points to a lot of people are applying for this job. You have a lot of people you're going up against. And can you succeed against these people? Maybe. But it's key to be aware that there are other people applying for it. You're not the only one walking in the door. This could be a hot job. This could be a popular job that a lot of people want to compete for. So if you look at combat, if you look at that aspect, when you're looking for a job, you could have a rough time getting it because there's a lot of people involved. So if you look at the Knight of Swords, any movement card when we're looking for a job means they want to hire quickly. They want to hire quick. And that's a key, especially in a great economy where we have a project that's due next month. One guy left. I need somebody now. We need this project moved on. And we could have the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Chariot. Could have a lot of these movement cards points to rapid decisions being made. So you can expect to get a phone call quick or to not get a phone call, and they get somebody else in. But they need somebody for an important project. They're not going to wait. They're not going to delay. So let's talk about once we get the interview or once we get the opportunity to walk into an interview. What are we looking at for the interview? The Magician over here on the left, any card that points to technical prowess. And this could be the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles too. The Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, anything that points to technical prowess, the interview is going to be very detailed. And that's where we come into different personalities, right? Different personality styles. Some people interview, they want to know about you personally. They want to know about, if you're good for the job, they can see that on the resume or they already talked to your other boss. They know you're good. They just want to make sure you're a team player. Some people are like that. But some people, they want to know exact details. I want to know exactly what you put in this loop for C#. I want to know what you know about this exact little thing that we're doing, this multi-threading nightmare that we're in. I want to know what you know about it. The Magician, I want to know technical details. So when you pull a proficiency card, the Magician, the Eight of Pentacles, anything to where somebody's working meticulously on it, maybe even the Seven of Pentacles. But the Knight of Pentacles as well. Anything that has technical prowess is going to point to technical prowess being demonstrated in this interview. Now, the Page of Wands, all right, they could be looking for just anybody. At this point, I'm looking for anybody. The Page of Wands, I'm looking for a beginner. The Wands talks about that action. The Page talks about being a bit of a neophyte or a bit of a beginner with that action. I'm willing to take somebody that's maybe not as good, that maybe doesn't have that technical prowess because it's some weird language that just came out, or it's some oddball thing that not a lot of people know about maybe, and you can pick it up and learn it, right? So let's say you're great, you're fantastic at web forms, right? You probably know WinForms with C#.net. You probably know WinForms. If you've been working with web forms long enough, you can figure it out, right? So I'm not really concerned about technical prowess. If you're the Page of Wands, if you're pretty good at it, let's say you're an expert Java developer, we're getting into Angular, you can pick up Angular. You can do it. I don't see any big problems here. Okay. So the interview. Let's talk about the Lovers, or any loving card, Two of Cups, the Lovers, anything that points to personality. Now I'm interviewing you because I want to know if you're a team player. I want to know if you're going to blend in. We have a very tight team here, and I don't want somebody coming in that it's not a team player, that wants to be a closet developer or wants to be the closet developer, the person that just develops. That's all they do. They go home. They don't talk to anybody. They develop and they go home. We need a team player. We need somebody willing to sit in the meeting, somebody who can talk to customers, somebody who is personable. When we talked about the Two of Cups, the Lovers, maybe the Three of Cups, a lot of these cards where we have the social interaction could be looking for the team player at this point. Now the Fool. This could be a brand new position. This could be just brand new, not mapped out well. We need the Fool. We need somebody who's going to be able to walk off that cliff, venture into the unknown, willingly be able to figure it out. This could be a production support, maybe, to where we really don't know what you're going to run into. You need to be a master of a variety of skills, but you need to be the fool. You need to be able to walk in there and wing it. It's important to wing it. You're not the magician at this point. I'm not going to give you, write 100 lines of code. I'm not going to give you drive this truck to this exact location. You're going to have to wing it in a lot of places, and this could be a variety of jobs, right? So the fool points to that variety, that unknown element when we go in there. So now we're following up. And again, looking over here at the left, we have the fool again. Don't get fooled again. We have the fool once more. And again, that means let's come on in. Let's take you for the job, right? So after the interview, what they think, we get the fool. Come on in. Come on in. We get the lovers. We get the Two of Cups. Come on in. We are getting receptive right here. After the interview, what did they think of me? You're getting good reception. The Fool, the Chariot. Let's get some movement on this person, right? And if you get the Eight of Wands, you get the Knight of Swords. Again, this rapid, quick movement. You could be looking at getting hired really fast, really fast. So what does the home card mean? The Four of Wands. What does this mean when we're interacting with this? This could point to you got the job. It's time to just come on in, right? Very good. You can have the Sun. We could have any good cards, right? Judgment. We could have Judgment, where everybody is getting reborn. We could have the Four of Wands, where you fit in at home. We could have the Ten of Pentacles, to where everybody's celebrating and having the harvest. Good news all around. Any good news card is good when we're following up from the interview, right? So now we have the bad cards. We have the bad cards. And we're talking about maybe the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, defeat, right? The Three of Swords, anything, a Ten of Swords, anything that points negatively. We could maybe not get this particular position. What did they think of us? We could have some challenges ahead, right? Could have some challenges ahead. Now, here's where the Three of Pentacles comes in. A three is giving birth. A three is starting something big. A Three of Pentacles would be huge here. Huge indicator that you're going to get this job. So again, we're talking about the Eight of Cups up here, to where you're abandoning the good emotions, you're leaving. It could be the Four of Cups, to where you just don't want this particular individual in there. It could be the Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, etc., etc. So the Wheel of Fortune over here on the right, again, day to day, it's looking good. That's looking really good. In fact, I would take the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Pentacles as the two biggest indicators that you're going to get a job. Just my take, my opinion on it. The Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune would be my two really key points here, right? All right, so let's look at, we're in a job right now, and we want some questions. We have some questions for this. The Tower on the left indicates some instability with the current job. We have some instability here. That could be that your job is getting deleted. That could be that you're about to get moved into a different position. It could be that you need to slide on over into something else. It could be somebody's replacing you. It could be a lot of things. But the Tower and Death point to some big changes coming, right? So if you're asking, my current job, there's some volatility in the market, there's coronavirus, whatever. What is going to happen with my job? The Tower and Death does not look good. Does not look good. Master of the Obvious, if you've been reading tarot for more than 5 minutes, that doesn't look good at all. And also, you're looking at the Eight of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups. That volatility here, like you could be leaving, you could be disappointed, you could have some disappointment ahead, right? Could have some disappointment in the future. The Ten of Swords, any bad card, something is about to happen. And the cards around the bad card explain what's about to happen, right? So let's say that you have this Eight of Cups over here, talking about abandoning emotions, abandoning the good emotions, and just being here, right? This could point, definitely could point to either getting out of that job and finding something else, getting forced out. Overall, that's not bad. But if what is to the right of this card is more important, right? If you, to the right of this card, if you have the sun or you have this great card, it could be that you're leaving for better pastures. It is indeed greener on the other side of the fence, right? So it depends on what's on the right of this card, what's after this card. And the right of this card will be your future. Okay, so up here, let's look at this. The current job, I want to know about the stability, the market's volatile. If you're looking at the Two of Cups, the Lovers or something like that, that's obviously going to be, I mean, the Master of the Obvious here, that's obviously going to be a good sign. And that's going to be a stability. The Wheel of Fortune, again, I told you I'm coming back to the Wheel of Fortune. That stability, that's a good sign. Anything with family, you feel part of the team. The Three of Cups, I feel part of the team. The Ten of Cups, the Nine of Cups, I feel like part of the team. That's going to be important here. If you're looking at like the Ten of Wands or anything with a lot of burden behind it as well, you got to be careful because you could get overloaded. Let's say your job's laying off people, but they're keeping you. That's good news, bad news, right? Good news, they're keeping you. Bad news, you're going to have to do all the work of all the other people that just left. So that may not be the best circumstance. You have to deal with it, right? So it sort of depends upon what's around it again. Okay, so if you're looking at current job up here at the upper right with the Seven of Cups, this is a biggie. This is a biggie with your current job. It means that other opportunities are opening. Maybe they have a new management position. Maybe they have a position that they need your skills or your expertise in this new position. And they're looking at you. They're looking at you for an upgrade. You applied for a manager, you could get it. You have options, you have opportunities up here in the Seven of Cups. And again, we're back to the Three of Pentacles too. The Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. We have the beginning, the birth of something new, the birth of something new. That could point to a bonus, a raise. It could point to a promotion. If you're looking for a promotion, this Ace of Pentacles, that's your buddy right there. That Ace of Pentacles is your buddy for a promotion. Same thing with that Seven of Cups. You have options, you have opportunities. Now, you're in your job. We started a new project. How's it going to go? You hardly ever get asked this. I mean, you know, am I going to get a raise? Am I going to get a promotion? Am I going to get laid off? Am I going to get that job I applied for? That's 99% of questions. Let's be honest with each other. But some people do want to know about stuff happening at work. We have a new project. How's that going to work out? How's that going to be done? Up here in the left, we have the Hermit. And that is a key card here because a lot of times you get stuck with that project, right? You have a team of 3 people. One person goes on vacation. Another person says, you know, I got commitments. And you're stuck with that project because that's your butt on the line. That's your butt on the line. So the Hermit says you may get stuck with this. You may be doing most of this or a lot of this yourself. You may be the only technical person in the group that got assigned to that. A lot of drama around stuff like that, right? But the Hermit says you're going to have to hang in there because you may be by yourself. Look at the bottom left here, Judgment. Judgment says that the project is getting started. It's got a strong start. You have all of these people down there that are willing to support you, that are willing to get on the field on this project, get on the football field and play. I got a lot of good stuff here, got a lot of teamwork. Judgment's great for any project starting up, anything going on. Obviously, the Ten of Wands down here on the bottom left too, the project may be too big to manage. You could have bitten off more than you could chew. You could have a project that's so overwhelming, that's so underdeveloped, logistical wise, that it's going to be a burden and overwhelming. You could be looking at a lot of nights, weekends, or whatever. Up here on the top, the Wheel of Fortune is your best friend here. It means the project's going day to day. It's going smooth. It's going to be rolling nice. Everything's going to be great. Looking very positive for the project. So again, you can substitute in the Sun. We can substitute in the Ten of Pentacles. Any good card means a project is going in a good direction. So down here on the bottom right, looking at Knight of Swords, Eight of Wands, the quick cards, the Chariot, quick, fast cards. What are we looking at? The project is in a rush. Everybody wants us done next week. They're waiting on you. They're waiting on us to get this done. Screw the documentation. Start typing. Start typing. We need this done now. And up at the top right, the Ace of Wands. The project is just warming up and just getting started. So you heard about a project at work. What's involved? Well, Ace of Wands says it's just warming up. You got time to get that research in. You got time to hone some of your skills, get the things done, etc. So let's talk about the next obvious thing that you're going to run into, which is, again, master the obvious here, layoffs. People getting cut. We got the coronavirus. We got the markets down. People are getting cut. What is my involvement with getting cut? Am I next on the list, right? So obviously on the top left, any card that indicates bad emotions, bad movements, so many of them, right? The Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, so many bad cards are really going to sort of indicate that you may be on the target. And one of the big ones here as well is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, where we have two homeless people out in the snow next to the church. That's obviously not looking good for you for layoffs. What we'd like to see here are some good cards like the Sun, Ten of Pentacles, all the good cards. But, these bad cards really sort of indicate that we're looking at a layoff. Could hit us, could not. But either way, get the resume brushed up and get ready just in case, right? Just in case. And obviously the Death on the right here, the Death and the Tower are going to indicate this as well. So master of the obvious. It's easy to point out bad news in a layoff reading. So you want to see what cards are around these. If you got the Eight of Cups on that left there, if you got that Eight of Cups, what's on the right of it? Is it going to be the Sun to where you're going to get laid off, but you have other opportunities? Is it going to be somebody else is laid off, right? Maybe we have the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups. We're talking about our friends or buddies, and then followed by the Eight of Cups. It could be our friend is going to get laid off. So you have to sort of look at what's around the cards. You can't just look at the Eight of Cups and go, up, you're out, right? You can't look at the Three of Swords and go, yep, you're screwed. You have to look at the cards around it. Is one of their friends get laid off? Is management thinking about laying off? Maybe you have a strategic thing like the Magician or the Emperor, right? The Magician, the Emperor, people in charge are thinking about who to lay off, and they're making plans, right? Maybe the Nine of Cups, they're making plans. They've got a list of people. All right, the next factor we have is annoying people. Never, ever a shortage of annoying people at work. That's for sure. So what do we do about these, right? So on the left here, the Five of Wands, maybe the Five of Swords. We have that conflict. We have that defeat type thing. This annoying person could be up in our face. They could be causing grief, causing problems. Maybe they're causing rumors. You don't know. You don't know until you sort of discover it at the last minute, or until maybe even when it's too late, right? But any sort of conflict means that this could hit us. This could affect us, and that's not good, obviously. The Hermit sort of points to just avoid the person. You got this annoying person. You need to get rid of them. Just avoid them. Just avoid them, right? Sort of dodge them when you can. Don't reply very quickly. Let them concentrate on annoying somebody else other than you. We don't want them annoying us. If they annoy somebody else, that's fine, because they're going to annoy somebody. That's what they do. They're annoying people. But the Hermit says dodge them. Get away from them. Don't directly get in any conflicts, right? So if you look up at the top here, the Six of Swords points to, either they're leaving or I'm leaving, or something's happening to where maybe someone needs to move around, adjust to where they're not in their face, or things like that. And then the last card on the right here could mean maybe befriend this person and try to fix the situation. If they're annoying you, if they're being gossipy, maybe try to fix a situation, just be their friend or get in on their good side. Maybe they'll concentrate on somebody else, right? A lot of different strategies here, obviously, as well. So let's see. Yep, I got one more. All right. So let's talk about love in the workplace. The Two of Cups, the lovers. You could meet, is this person in love with me? This person I met at the coffee maker, are they in love with me? Do they like me? I got a crush on them at work. The Two of Cups, the lovers, anything that obviously indicates the love is there, love could be there, is going to be good in this particular aspect, right? The Fool on the bottom left here indicates, hey, maybe leap into it, jump into it. Obviously, master of the obvious, if you're going to diddle with somebody at work, you want to be careful and not become the office gossip. But the Fool indicates that it seems to be a good idea. Fool indicates let's leap into it. Chariot, Fool, Eight of Wands. Let's make some movement there. If you look at the top here at the Four of Wands, any family card, right? The Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands. We have a love situation. We have maybe a solid love situation to where we could have a long-term relationship out of this. So we're sort of reverting back to any good cards that are love cards, but whatever. And then obviously in the bottom and the right here, looking at the Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, a lot of different cards that indicate this could be a situation to avoid. Hey, they may like you. They may have a crush on you too, but this could be the wrong idea. This could start a path to where you don't want to go down, because when you break up, you still got to see them every day. And if they're a vindictive person, you're going to have some problems. So the Seven of Swords on the right indicates, maybe you want to back out of this while you can. Back out of it while you can. Get out of it gracefully. And, good luck with all that. Good luck with all that. So the last slide here is a common question. I'm not happy at my job. I'm not happy. Should I stay or should I go? A lot of people ask this because you just don't know. Hey, you don't know if you stay or go. So at the bottom left here, that Four of Cups feel where things just aren't the way I want it. I don't feel good about the job. I don't feel satisfied. I don't feel satiated with what the work that I'm given, right? That could indicate a lot of things. One of which is talk to your boss and say, hey, I have some time available. Is there anything you want me to work on? Things like that. And, sometimes that may be a solution, sometimes not. Sometimes you're just getting mistreated. Sometimes people just don't like you. Sometimes you encounter some vindictive people at work. And, that sort of indicates it right there with that Four of Cups feel. So to the right of this with this Seven of Swords here, you really could be looking at leaving. You could be looking at getting your stuff and getting out and getting out. And again, what cards are around this? What cards are around this? If I get a Seven of Swords, if I get up and leave, what's to the right? In the future is to the right of this. What's the card to the right? Is it the Sun? Is it the Wheel of Fortune to where things are going to be okay? I'm going to be all right. Is it Judgment? The Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, to where I'm going to be able to find another job, right? All right. Is it the Hermit? To where if I leave, I'm going to be sitting at home, looking at jobs, typing up resumes. What's happening if I leave? What is the future, right? Obviously, entertainment purposes only. If we, don't tell people to quit their job. But anyway, the Eight of, down here at the bottom, the Eight of Wands, the Chariot. Anything where you want to get out quick. You want to get out quickly. And this could be prevention for, the person sees something bad coming, something really bad coming, and they may want to take some quick action on finding something else. So up here, we got good news for the rest of it, right? Good news up here at the top, next to the guy's face. We're talking about the home card, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, anything where the Eight of Pentacles, anything where you're just happy. anything where you're just happy and going well, right? And this includes court cards. We haven't really discussed court cards. Court cards, learning the personality traits of the other court cards, of all the court cards, are going to be key here. Because once you know those personality traits, now you sort of predict what's happening, predict what's going on, what kind of people you're going to encounter. Will you encounter the OCD person that always wants things done your way or their way? Will you encounter the micromanager to where they want it done their way and only their way, and they're going to hover over you and stare at everything that you do and contradict everything that you suggest? So getting to know the court cards is key here with any job reading, and that's going to be a big boon. And it also really separates you as a tarot reader to where I can tell you your next boss is going to be a micromanaging idiot, right? He's going to micromanage everything that you do. Any suggestion that you make, he's going to make some different suggestion. It's good to know that stuff in a reading. It's good to know that stuff in a reading. So strength up here at the top is going to indicate sort of, bear with it. Managers don't stay there forever. Employees don't stay there forever. If you just bear with it a little longer, it could get better. Strength, bear with it, get control over it, and just ride the waves until we can get into a better situation. So the Fool at the bottom right indicates, again, maybe it's time to go forth and find something else. But anyway, so that is my Tarot 101 on job readings. Again, your big cards, your big three, the Wheel of Fortune, day-to-day activities, what goes around comes around. And again, that can also indicate gig work, to where I do a project for 3 months, they get rid of me. Maybe I come back. The Wheel of Fortune said, maybe you come back. What goes around comes around. And the Three of Pentacles, going to be key. That means I'm giving birth to a new job. Ace of Pentacles, I'm giving birth to a new opportunity. The birth of a new opportunity, not I'm giving birth. You know what I mean. And the Eight of Pentacles, the 8 points to stability within the workplace. The 8 of Pentacles, very stable, very rock-solid card. Anyway, I hope this has sort of helped you out on how to read job readings. This has been Tarot 101, and please hit like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. And speaking of love, did you know I had a Patreon? That's right, I do. Link in the description if you'd like to join my beautiful Patreon supporters. That's where you toss me a couple of bucks because you like the lessons. You like the live readings. You like the lessons. Toss me a couple of bucks through Patreon and support the software that I use and other bills around here that keep the channel going. My current Patreon supporters are Adam G., Alley Cat, Annie Lamaster, Bethany, Brianna, Carmen, Carolyn, Crystal, Dominica, Fatima, Galatian 9, Gary, Irina, Jessica, Kim, KSW, Laami, Maureen, Merciolis, Richard, Shintaro, Sanai, Sophia, Larry, and Tanya. Thank you so much for being my Patreon supporters. Again, link in the description if you would like to join the crowd. By the way, please hit like and subscribe. It helps get new people to the channel, and it helps get the word out about the cool tarot stuff that we do here. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.